Hey guys, give everyone a second here to hop on. Hope everyone's having a great day. I can't believe it's already Thursday and this weekend is Halloween. That's so crazy. This year, with everything that's been going on, still flying by. um, cool tip to remember, Saturday, I believe, Halloween, we need to switch our clocks back Saturday night, fall back an hour. So don't forget to do that. Get an extra hour of sleep on Sunday. Perfect. So, all right. I'm going to hop on here. And the reason for my chat today is I wanted to talk about this market, about offers and the competitiveness and how to set yourself above and beyond others so that way you can get your offer accepted. And I'm going to give you the perspective of the listing agent and the seller. And that'll help hopefully round out how your offer process is going. And maybe there's a few things you can tweak to help you find better success or more success, all that good stuff. So I recently had a listing in where we had in the first 6 hours, I had over 19 agents reach out to me and request more information to set up a showing for the home in the first 6 hours of us going live. It was insane. And then over the course of that weekend, we had between almost 35, 40 showings. I'm still tallying all that up. And that amount of showings produced 8 offers on the table. We had 8 offers the first weekend, and there were actually buyers that we ended up having to turn away because we didn't have the ability to get them into the home. And so they didn't even get the chance to write an offer. So of those 8 offers, obviously we chose one, we're in escrow. And there were several factors above and beyond price that my sellers took into consideration. So when a seller looks at a home and when I represent them as their agent, I always make sure we look at the whole picture of the offer and also the whole initial impression and the package that's sent over from the agent. So I'm going to go over what this agent did, how their offer entailed, so you get a better idea of how you can replicate that and hopefully produce results in the future for yourself when you're purchasing. Or if you're a seller, it'll help you keep in mind things to do and look out for when you're looking at multiple offers. So one of the top things that I do that this agent also did is when I get ready to write an offer for my buyers, I always reach out and talk to the listing agent. I find out what is important to the seller aside from price, because obviously that's a given. Price is important. We're in an appreciating market. Values are going up. So we're going to put our best foot forward on price. And if I can get where offers are at out of an agent, I absolutely will get that information so I can position us if possible to be competitive or beat that price. But outside of price, what's important to the seller? Do they need a rent back? Do they need a long escrow? Would they like a short escrow? If we shorten contingencies, who do they want for escrow and title? Any way that we can make our offer appeal to everything for them. Do they want to keep their appliances? Is there anything in the house that they don't want to keep? Do they want to have it convey with the sale of the home? All of these questions are important because then I'm able to not only position my clients with a strong priced offer, but also meet all the terms that the seller is looking for as best we can. And by also reaching out to the agent with the respect of asking those questions and actually inquiring and caring, you'll be surprised how many agents don't do this. And when you do, how much of a good impression that makes on the listing agent. For me personally, it means a lot. When someone takes the time out of their day to really represent their client and call me and say, hey, Jess, I know price is important, but what else can we do that your sellers are looking for? What is important to them? And it gives me a chance too to then question them, how is their loan? How are their savings? Credit approval, all of that stuff that's important too, because we want to make sure that the offer we choose isn't just the strongest offer, but also the buyer is strong and can see everything through to the very end of the transaction. So this agent called me and asked all those questions, then also performed and wrote all those terms into the offer cleanly. So not only did they position themselves strongly price-wise, he listened and took everything into consideration that the seller wanted and met all those terms. which is huge. And then when he sent over the offer package, it included their pre-approval letter, which I really need to see so I know that the buyers are approved. It included their proof of funds for any down payment. It included the full offer form. And they didn't include too many extra forms in there, which is nice as an agent, less paperwork up front. And it included a letter about the buyers. And it went over who are they as people. And that's something that I also do for my clients. So when I see that same package come through from an agent, it really helps me advocate to my sellers, hey, this agent knows what they're doing. These buyers are really strong. They're very interested. And I think this is going to be a great option for you. Ultimately, the decision is always up to the seller, but everything you can do to set yourself aside. So back on the terms of that letter, a letter really puts you in a place of being a person and not just a name and a number on a page. And it sounds silly and cheesy to write something like that, but I can tell you time and time again, one thing I know to be true after my 13 years in this business is making yourself stand out and being a person. Selling a home is an emotional sale. So when a seller can see who they're passing their home on to and how it's going to also be cared for and loved and improved and more memories built in it, it's a big deal. And I know a lot of sellers really take that into consideration. So really, when you're looking at wanting to have a successful time submitting an offer and getting it approved, make sure your agent's reaching out on your behalf to find out what the seller wants. Make sure you're meeting those terms as best you can, not just price-wise, but all the other terms that they're going to need. And include a letter and a bit about yourself and your family, because I think ultimately that's really going to help you set yourself apart. Having an agent too that it really has a strategy when presenting it. It helps. Having someone, ensuring you come across serious and whatnot. I had a listing a while back where we listed at 430 and the agent came in with a 475 offer. And I knew up front it was going to be very difficult for that to come in and appraise. There was no way it was going to appraise for that number. And so looking out for my sellers, wanting to ensure we choose not only the highest offer, right? Because that was the highest offer, but the offer that's going to perform and go through and see things to the end with the intention of purchasing the home. Called the agent and I reached out and said, hey, appreciate the offer. It's super high. Really love the effort. Tell me more about your clients. Tell me more about that price. If it doesn't appraise, what are your guys' plans? And he point blank admitted to me that, oh, well, I was just shooting out the highest number I could think of so that we could get our offer accepted and then we'll figure it out later when it doesn't appraise. So he basically revealed that they know it's not going to appraise and they have no intention of paying that number. So the strength of that offer dropped. We didn't go with them. My sellers looked at the other offers on the table and chose someone who they were over asking, but they also were willing to pay the difference if it didn't appraise. And they were willing to see things through to the end. So it's really important to think about the impression you make and make sure that you're serious and that you're honest and upfront, because being honest and upfront is going to really what's going to make you stand out. It's going to make you have success. So I hope these tidbits have helped. And I hope that these stories have helped. I hope this perspective has helped. It's definitely crazy out there, and it's going to probably stay crazy for a while with interest rates as low as they are, and the intentions and the rumors and the trending showing that they're going to continue to stay low. I think it's going to be a market we need to get used to for the next couple years, several months, and just adjust. So thank you guys for listening to this. It's always awkward for me ending these lives, but thank you so much for listening. And remember, if you ever have questions or need anything, you can always go to calljessica.com and set up a strategy call. I'm happy to hear out your situation, help however possible. Comment below, we'll reply back. Reach out to me directly. My cell phone is 619-995-5792. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful Halloween filled with tons of candy and fun and costumes. And I know it's different this year with everything going on in the world, but hey, make the best of it. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.